And yeah, so let's go get into it. Some of this stuff is high end, some of it's drugstore, because I know people are even iffy about drugstore stuff, especially drugstore stuff. Like drugstore stuff, you're like, does it work? Does it not work? Like what works, what doesn't work? So yeah, this is kind of my favorites, my go-tos, my absolutely needs, haves, wants, all that stuff. So my first favorite thing, I kind of want to start at the beginning on how I put my makeup on. I just kind of want to, I feel like that would work the best. So the first thing that I really like is the Becca Backlight priming filter. This is amazing. This is so pretty. It's the perfect filter primer for if you want to really make your skin look great. Like if you're looking to make your skin look photo ready, Kim Kardashian status, stuff like that, it is perfect for that. It's expensive, it's pricey. I'm not exactly sure how much it is. I want to say not 38. I want to say somewhere I think it's a little bit more pricey than 38. I'll link the price in all of these products if I can find them still down below in the description bar. But this is so pretty. If you don't like dewy skin, you might not like it. I love dewy skin. I love the major highlight. I love it. It's my favorite. So all you gotta do is do a little pump, and it's not even coming close to showing up good on camera, but it really primes your skin nicely. It gives your skin that nice, fresh, look at that nice, fresh, dewy looking skin, which is what everybody wants, right? Nice, fresh, dewy looking skin. And that's exactly what this product gives. Like I said, it's a little expensive, but it's totally worth it. It's my favorite primer I've used. And I've gone back and forth from drugstore products, drugstore primers, and high-end primers. And I love this primer. And I definitely think that I would repurchase it for sure. All right, the next foundation I love. I have two actually that I really am kind of in love with. I love the Smashbox Studio Skin. If you're looking for high-end, Smashbox Studio Skin is the best. It's a little dirty. Mine's worn because I use it pretty much on the daily. I use it a lot, guys. And I love it. I think it's the best foundation I've ever used. It gives such great coverage, but it doesn't give that cakey look that you can achieve sometimes from high-end products or drugstore products. If it's too full coverage, it's going to make you look cakey, but this is full coverage without the cakiness, and I really appreciate that. I really enjoy not having the cakey look because I have some bigger pores. I do. It's not a secret. My pores are very big, and this doesn't make it look like I have huge pores, and that's what I absolutely love about this product. So if you're looking for a good high-end product, you're willing to spend a little bit more, this is my fave. On the lower end, not the lower end, but on the drugstore end, of course, everybody talks about this. This is the L'Oreal True Match. I love this one. This shade's a little bit too dark for me. I don't know. It's not coming up on camera. Like, it doesn't even look like it's close to my shade. But it's just a little bit too dark for me. However, I love the formula of it. I love the coverage it gives. It gives such a nice, beautiful coverage. I love it. It's great. So this is my all-time favorite. Love it. Okay, let's move on to concealers. I have a high-end one and a drugstore one. I guess we'll start with the drugstore one first. This is the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. It looks like this. It comes in a little pot like this. I got mine from Target for about $5, I want to say. I got it in the color beige. Let me see if I can kind of show you guys. Oh, the lighting is totally off today. But this is nice. It's super nice. If you're somebody who loves to use your fingers, if you love using your fingers to kind of blend out your makeup, you don't really have a ton of makeup brushes, whatever the case may be, this blends out beautifully with your fingers. Like when I go to put it on, because obviously you have to use your fingers for this because it's in a pot, it just blends out. Like as I'm putting it on my skin, it's already blending, and I don't have to do anything super insane. I don't feel like I have to get my beauty blender out or anything else. Like I just blend it out with my fingers. And I'm somebody, guys, who has the worst dark circles you could even possibly imagine. Like they're pretty bad. And this covers them like so flawlessly, and I do have super fine lines. You guys can kind of see them. It's kind of creasing today because I've had this makeup on probably since early this morning, and it is now 6 o'clock at night. So it's doing a little bit of creasage. I love this one on its own. However, I like to put this one down first, and then I like to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. Again, everybody's talked about this one. It's been around for a while. It's an oldie but a goodie. So I go in and I put this one down first to cover up those super dark circles that I have under there. And then I go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it blends out flawlessly. It's not too full coverage. It's not too cakey. Both of these products together don't cake up, and they don't crease into my fine lines, which I was kind of worried about doing. Trying out 2 different concealers together. But it gives me, and it brightens me up in such a way, like I can't even explain it. It's beautiful. I love the combo. I love them by themselves. I love them both. Perfect. Now let's get on to eyes. So for an eyeshadow primer, my favorite is the MAC Paint Pots. I love the one in Painterly. It's more my skin tone, and I feel like I can just wear it on its own. So this is the one that I like to use. You can see, obviously, I've hit pan on it, and it is time to get a new one, of course. But I love this guy. I've had him for about 2 years. They're kind of pricey again. They're a little bit pricey, but it lasts for such a long time. It's great. It's amazing. I love it. It really helps if you're working with a shadow that's not super pigmented. It helps bring that pigment out a little bit more, and it also helps last all day. Like I said, I've had this on for probably 6 hours already, and I'm gonna have it on till the end of the night. And I'm not even worried about the shadows fading or creasing or anything. It just makes it look amazing. However, I do want to tell you guys and let you guys know, I don't have super oily skin, and I don't have super oily eyelids. I have heard from quite a bit of people that if you have oily eyelids, this kind of tends to slide off. And if you have super dry lids, this tends to kind of cling to those dry patches. I have normal skin. I have normal eyelids. So just keep that in mind. If you have oily eyelids, dry eyelids, that is the thing. But I love it. I think it's great. Now for an eyeshadow palette, this is my favorite. Sorry guys, I was not prepared to film this. I just kind of sat down and started filming it. My favorite eyeshadow palette is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is the original one. This is my man. Like I love pops of color, but I also really love neutrals like I have on today. I love them. And it has everything. Of course, people have talked about it before. People already know. I don't want to blind you guys. People already know like what's up with this palette. Like it's so talked about, and it was so raved about when it very first came out. And it's just, the shadows are so pigmented and so buttery and just super, super nice. And I love them. Like, they're the best. They last all day. These are my favorite. Salted Caramel is my favorite transition shade, and same with Milk Chocolate. These two right here, they're my favorites. I use this palette every single day, and I think I'm going to have to repurchase it just for the Salted Truffle. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, yeah. Just for this shade right here, because it's such a nice transition shade. It's really warm, really kind of orange toned, and if you don't like that, they have the Milk Chocolate one too, and this one's just a little bit more. Let me swatch them together side by side. So this one's going to be Salted Caramel, this one's going to be Milk Chocolate, and I stick to warmer neutral eye looks, so I use Salted Caramel a lot. If I go for the darker neutral eye looks, then I definitely use Milk Chocolate. This is by far my favorite. I love this palette. This is my favorite. If you don't have it already, which I'm sure you do, you should go out and buy it. And I'm definitely going to buy a repurchase of it. Definitely going to repurchase it. Definitely. I don't really think I have a drugstore palette, like, must have, because I don't really work with drugstore palettes that much. I don't know. Call me a snob, call me whatever, but I love high-end makeup. That's what I kind of go towards and gravitate towards. I love high-end stuff. So I'm trying to throw in some drugstore stuff, but I mostly stick with high-end stuff. So I apologize, guys. If you want to see a strictly drugstore like all-time favorite, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will definitely do that for you guys. So moving on, my favorite. This is a drugstore product right here. My favorite eyeliner is the Physicians Formula one, and this is supposed to have like a eye serum and eye booster in it, but I don't know if it does. But I just love the tip on it because I love to do winged looks. I love it. And with this sharp tip, it's literally, it makes drawing, it makes winging out your eyeliner so easy. And it just gives such a precise line, and it's such a dark black. Like, look at how dark that is. It's such a dark black. I love it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And this is my favorite. It works in the waterline. It kind of, it doesn't smear, it doesn't run down your face, but it does definitely fade. So I use this only for my top and my wing. I don't really do a lot of liner on the bottom. For the bottom, I pretty much use shadow at the bottoms, but I like to use this on the top for when I do wings, for when I'm wearing falsies, all that kind of stuff. This is what I go to. I don't know. I can't speak for like the lash growth. It states that it does that, but I don't think it does. But it states that it does do that. So I don't know. My next, this is my favorite. My next favorite is this highlighter. This is the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop highlight. This is heaven. It looks like this. It's not even, oh, you guys, the camera is just not doing it justice. If I've heard from light-skinned people that it doesn't work for them because it is a little bit more gold tone. And for lighter skinned people, they kind of like silver toned highlights, which is perfectly fine. So the gold tone, you guys, I have it on my cheeks today. It is such a beautiful highlight. It blends out really nicely. It's super pigmented. Like, you barely need to even dip your brush in there and you have full highlight. Like, it's gorgeous. It really truly is. This is $38, which I personally don't think is that bad for a highlight. I just don't. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's anything less than amazing. So this is my favorite highlight, and I've been using this ever since I got it nonstop, and I think I'm going to have to buy a backup of it because that's my favorite highlight. And it's hard for lighter skinned people to find highlights, but it's also really hard for darker skinned girls like me to find highlights because I like gold toned highlights, and I feel like there's just so many silver tone highlights out there, and I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like silver tone highlights on me. I like silver tone highlights on other dark skinned girls. I just don't like them on me because I feel like they make me, rather than a highlight, they make me look like I have oily skin, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The silver just does not work with me. It doesn't work with my skin tones. However, I've seen dark skin girls who can rock a silver tone highlight all day, every day. But my last and final favorite, I don't really have high-end like lip stuff or a favorite lip thing because I go back and forth between everything. But this is literally my go-to. I use this every single day, you guys. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Of course, like, I have a big one, a baby one. I just threw away 3 of these. These are my favorite, and I don't think for the full one just by itself at Sephora is $23. However, online, they have an online exclusive, whatever you want to call it. You can get a full size and I want to say this isn't considered a miniature. I want to say this is considered a deluxe size because, you guys, it's amazing. But anyways, like I was saying, the deluxe, you can get the deluxe size and a full size online for $23. So I always order this online rather than going and getting it because I get 2. So then when I use up this one, I'll go in and use my little baby one, or I'll put my little baby one in my bag with me for school or whatever, for work when I'm working those long shifts. But I like the Too Faced highlighter because it doesn't make your lashes go flat. And I've had a lot of mascaras where I feel like I need to touch up and I need to go over my lashes because they kind of fall flat and I feel like you can't see them. But with the Too Faced Better Than Sex one, I use probably 3 coats a day. I coat my lashes 3 times. But but I just feel like it doesn't fall. It doesn't lose its color. It doesn't flake all over on your eyelids. It doesn't do any of that. And that's what I really, really like about it, is it doesn't do that. So yeah, that's all of my favorites, my must-haves, I guess you would say. Those are the things I use on an everyday basis. I have lots and lots of other makeup favorites that I love, but those are like my must-haves, my every single day. If you watch my tutorials, you will see I use a lot of those products in every single one of my videos. So those are my ones that I just can't live without. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye guys.